everybody, welcome. My name's Etienne Westhuizen and welcome to this first video on a series of maybe 3 or 4 videos on us building a pizza oven, a wood-fired pizza oven. So one of the reasons why we wanted this pizza oven is just to give the family a lot of resiliency. So if our national supplier, power supplier Zesa, had to go off, we could still bake a bread, make a pizza, roast a chicken, whatever it would be, and that the oven will give us that ability to do that. We are eventually going to go off grid, so we will disconnect Zesa. So we are in the process through the center putting up a solar system to make at least this little area independent, in which case our solar system wouldn't be able to run an oven. So there's two reasons for this. One, when Zesa goes off, and then eventually when we've got solar we wouldn't be able to run the oven anyway. But the design of this pizza oven is to make it incredibly efficient. So we're building a rocket wood-fired cob oven. It's not going to be entirely cob. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll pick up that I have been scrounging around for all sorts of interesting materials. So we spent a lot of time looking for these wanky bricks, which is a really good, hard, quite fire tolerant brick. We've also, where are they? White tiles, which are much flatter, and that's what I've used for the base. The rocket part of it is the hole over here, and that is just to use the least amount of wood to get this wood oven up to temperature. So if you're interested, just YouTube or Google rocket stoves. So we're building one on the side here, and the heat will come in. That will be incredibly well insulated at the bottom there. The whole point of the main body of the stove is to have as much thermal mass as we possibly can to retain the heat. So you could fire it up for an hour or so with little pieces of wood, and then put a plug on it and close the door, and you could carry on baking, so to speak, for the next 4 or 5 hours. That's the ideal. Use a little bit of wood. Once the wood's done, we still retain that heat to carry on cooking. So that's sort of my intent. So in this first video, we're going to show you how we've built this base. So one of the first tasks that we had to do is build a stand. So I found this metal stand, just a case of cutting it to size. Had to rework that level a little bit, and then we had to build a template. Got the kids hammering there, cut out the rocket stove hole, and then we put a thin little edge around the outside to hold the concrete, cut some reinforcement to place inside, checking that everything's working, and then we started laying our first layer of concrete, putting in the reinforcements, make the concrete nice and strong, because it'll be holding quite a weight. Getting the boys involved, putting the concrete down, and then the key was just having it fairly wet at the top, just so we can level it out nicely. And then we let it dry for a couple of days, keep trying to let it dry really slowly. There we're taking off that outside edge and inside by the rocket stove. Then we had to plan an edge on the outside, and this is where the wanky bricks came in really handy. Planning out which bricks goes where, and then starting to build it in. And then we made some cob, which is basically sand, clay. We used cow manure and elephant dung in our cob as well. And this is an insulating layer. I'm going to do a video about the creation of cob and refining clay and the whole sort of earthworks around building with natural material. Here, there's the insulating bottles, which were just beer bottles and other cool drink bottles, mostly flying fishes. Then putting that layer of cob on top, and then trying to get it all smooth. It could have been a little bit wetter, but it worked nicely for the task at hand. There we go. Big trick is patting it in. Afternoon, everybody. We've had our issues. The original plan was to use these wanky bricks because they're really strong, but I couldn't find enough And those ones that I find, because they're all reclaimed, they've got cement and stuff on them. So trying to clean them up to the best of my ability, and I was going to go for it, and then I lost a drone. Then in the process of finding the drone, I stumbled on a whole pile of these, what is often referred to as guai bricks, made from, I suspect, the same material as the wanky bricks, but these guai tiles are just so much easier, and I've got a whole bunch, and it will just make a beautiful base. So that's what we're going to put in today, and we're going to do it with a cob layer, which is 30% pure clay. I've refined my clay down. 30% pure clay, 30% fine red Kalahari sand, and 30%, a third of normal river sand. I make it to this consistency. So we're just going to put this on. I've wet that original cob layer. We're just going to put this on, and we'll wet it a little bit, and just get it nice and level. En hy, kan ek daai water kry asseblief? I got so absorbed, started putting tiles in, forgot to put the camera on. Anyway, bricks for the arch and entrance tiles here. I'm not filling these gaps now. I'm going to make a special clay mixture for that, specifically of just the clay and the red Kalahari, and it's going to be quite refined, so it will just sort of flow into those gaps. So you can see now what it looks like with the tiles. I'm really chuffed with this. So we're just going to smooth it out. Hope everyone enjoyed that. Yeah, thank you for watching. The next video is we're going to be building the rocket stove down at the bottom here. And yeah, look out for the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit that little bell notification so you can get updates when we release that next video. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.